Hey, welcome back to this series on creating a custom home in Revit. In this video series, I'm going to be using this floor plan on the screen as an example of what I'd like to see a future home possibly look like. I'm going to be making a few changes and simplifying a couple of things, making some of the features easier to build, as well as customizing them for where I live, which is Minnesota. As you can see in Revit, I have just my exterior walls put in and the floor. I'm going to show in this video how to mark out where my exterior walls are currently at, as well as how to place interior walls for room separation. To get started, I'm going to go to the Annotate tab, and at the top I'm going to choose the Aligned tool. With my Aligned Annotate tool, I'm going to hover on the middle of most of my exterior walls that are parallel, and I'm going to select all of those, and off to one side I'm going to click and drop them. I'm going to do the same thing with my other parallel walls that are exterior, because I haven't added any interior walls just yet. And now that I have some walls in there, I'm going to hit Escape 2 times on my keyboard so I drop that measurement tool. And now I'm going to zoom in and look at how big each space is. Now the default in Revit for dimensions is for the line to go to the middle of the wall. In code though, we typically want that dimension to go to the exterior corner of the wall. So I'm going to be just clicking on those little blue dots to bring them to the exterior. You'll notice that each wall needs to be clicked on twice because it will almost always go to the inside and then you can move it to the outside. Now on my mouse, I just clicked on that center scroll button to be able to pan on my screen, and I'm going to do the same thing on all of my exterior walls that are going horizontal across my screen. I like to do this before placing interior walls, so if I know I need to move anything around, I can do that before I start adding interior walls. You'll notice that I'm trying to keep things at even feet markers because that's better for material purchasing, and everything so far is all on even feet markers, which is really desirable in construction. Now I'm going to switch to my wall tool by going to my Architecture tab, and I'm going to choose my wall tool. My wall is going to default to my exterior wall because that's the last wall that I used on this project. So I'm going to switch this to an interior wall. Interior walls in Minnesota when we build are a little bit skinnier than the exterior walls. I'm going to start by marking out my walls. You'll notice that I'm going to get these nice snap points. Put my exterior walls over the top of my floor break. That's going to have to be fixed later. I'm going to hit Escape to drop that tool. I have to have that move just a little bit because we can't actually build a wall like that. So how do I move it? I'm in my Modify tool. I'm going to select that wall, and I am going to actually use my Move tool to move this wall. I'm going to zoom in really nice and tight, scrolling to zoom. I'm going to click on the end point, and I'm going to click on this end point. It should be smart enough to move both this end and the other corner, which it did, and that's great. So now I'm going to keep adding in some more exterior walls. I'm going to hit Escape 2 times to drop that Modify tool. I'm going to grab my Architecture, and I'm going to go back to my Wall tool. Notice it defaulted back to that interior wall. Right at the front entry here, I do want to have a wall come up for the bedroom. I'm not exactly sure how big I want that bedroom just yet, so I'm just going to rough it in. I know that I need to have a bathroom, and I'm just doing this based off of memory. I can always toggle back and forth. Notice that not everything is exactly where I need it to be just yet, and that's okay. It's nice to have that reference point for sizes, especially as we're just getting started in learning how to plan things for architecture. And I'm going to hit my Escape, and notice that that wall didn't match perfectly, so I'm going to select that wall, I'm going to grab my Move tool, I'm going to zoom in really tight, click once, look for my other pink square, and click again. And notice it didn't like that I just did that, so let's see if I can actually do it a different way. That wall is selected, so I'm hitting Delete on my keyboard. I'm going to grab my Move tool, I'm going to center up this wall first, and I'm going to Oh, I didn't like that. So let's try it again. Click on this wall, grab my move tool, pink box to pink box. Perfect. Now, instead of just drawing a new wall, I'm actually going to take this wall. I'm going to try that little blue dot. And I'm going to just see if I can extend it upwards. Very nice. That worked way better. It is so much easier to build a flat wall instead of little nooks and crannies. However, the nooks and crannies are nice because they add a little bit of a sound buffer. I'm going to zoom out. Oh, I did forget to dimension this back of my house. I'm going to plop that in really quick. Go back to my annotate, grab my aligned tool, middle, 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 and middle. And then I'm going to drop that. Click on my blue dots. And then one more blue dot. Okay, I like how everything is that size, so that's good. I just wanted to check my measurements. And now I'm going to go back to my architecture tab and I'm going to grab my wall tool. I'm going to mark out where there will be a bedroom here. I'm going to bring that all the way straight across, and then I'm going to zoom in, select that wall and move it pink square to pink square, and that is flat. Going back to my floor plan, I had a wall come out here for a kitchen. I just can't quite remember. And then I know I had like a laundry room in this space. So I'm just going to toggle to that. Yep, here's that laundry room. This big space was split between a bedroom, a bathroom, and a walk-in closet. My wall for the kitchen created a little bit of a hallway here, which again is what I was talking about for privacy and a little bit of quiet. So let's go back to Revit and see what I can do to add in some more walls. Nothing at this point is particularly measured out. I'm just kind of plopping some stuff in. Notice that I'm taking advantage when those center points come in and using those to help me out. It is not wanting to create a wall here. There we go. And then here in my kitchen, this wall came out just a bit. Rather than draw the wall though, I'm actually just going to do that same plan as last time. I'm going to click on it and I'm going to extend it out a couple extra feet. And then I'm going to do a little bit more wall work there. I'm going to hit escape, grabbing my wall tool again, zooming in, and adding a little stub wall there to finish out where I'll put my kitchen cabinetry. And then in this space, I am going to put in a laundry room. I like how it's giving me little dimensions in there. Hit escape to drop that. So I will be planning out a bathroom in this space. This is going to be a bedroom. This is going to be a laundry room. My front door is going to go here. I'm going to actually put this as my bathroom and this as the closet, because in Minnesota we want to avoid having exterior walls have plumbing in them, and a floor plan like this would not be as desirable as just flipping those two around for here in Minnesota. In the next video, I'm going to be setting up some bathroom spaces and customizing some of my walls a little bit more as I get those fixtures in. Follow along.